You've got your belt on the machine, you're having some difficulty tracking the conveyor belt. There's a few things on the machine that we need to take a look at along with the proper rotation of the belt for best performance. First, your belt is on the machine in the direction of the arrows on the back side. The original manufactured belt has arrows, and those arrows need to go in the direction of rotation. If the arrows are going in the opposite rotation, tracking issues may happen. One of the first things that we're going to check on the conveyor assembly, if it's an older machine, is actually the conveyor belt bushings on the drive and driven rollers. If you have extra slot between the end of the roller shaft and the bushing, that will skew the roller and cause tracking issues and difficulties. First thing you want to do is loosen the conveyor belt tension with your adjustment brackets on the side of the table assembly. At that point in time, you want to wiggle the roller up and down, or in and out, towards and away from the conveyor assembly, or up and down. If you're able to move that roller in and out at either end, up and down in relationship to the tabletop, that means you have worn bushings and they need to be replaced. When replacing bushings on one roller, you want to make sure you replace in pairs. You don't want to replace one without the other, because that will cause difficulties later down the road with unevenly worn bushings. The second thing you want to double check is the overall height. Taking a steel rule, a straight edge, laying it on the metal table, and eyeballing the gap, comparing this end to the same distance at the other end. That roller should be equal distance below the tabletop surface. If that roller is skewed higher on one side, lower on the other, vice versa, that will cause problems with tracking, making things difficult. The measurement does not have to be within 2 or 3 thousandths from end to end. It's an eyeball measurement, and that's going to be close enough. The other roller, the drive roller in the back of the machine, the same thing. The roller should be equal distance below the tabletop surface from end to end, within a 32nd of an inch. Now, if you do need to make an adjustment, these brackets on the side of the table are held on with hardware from underneath the table assembly. Loosen up the hardware, adjust the bracket so your roller is equal distance below the tabletop, and retighten the bracket assembly. The outfeed roller, or the drive roller on the product itself, has got one side that is adjustable here on the open end of the machine. The motor end is a fixed point and cannot be adjusted up or down. So when we're making the adjustments and gauging the distance of the roller being below the table, we look at the motor end and we adjust the support end to match the opposite end. This is the only side, this is the only corner that is adjustable up and down for proper alignment.